Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1. Okay, Sammy, you're a big girl. You're almost 11. I have to give you the bad news. The doctor called today, and you have aggressive lymphoma. Well, hello, tubers. This is a video I'm not going to really enjoy making, but we're going to give you an update, as a few people have asked recently about Sammie the pooper, and how she's doing. At the moment, she's doing okay, but there's some really bad news that I discovered on Monday, and I've had it confirmed today. I've had quite a few hours to digest the actual prognosis and the test results, but with regards to Sammie, this last weekend she was regurgitating and a lot of dry heaves and just acting peculiar. So, out of concern, I got her in to see a vet on Monday, and we immediately did some exploratory work. They had to put her under and do some biopsies because her lymph node, the one in the neck there, it's actually on the right hand side up for her. It's about 10 times bigger than it should be. And so the doctor said, well, do you want me to biopsy? And I go, absolutely. Hey, if we're spending all this money, I spent over $1,000 actually. I'm not looking for donations. I'm not one of those type of YouTubers. I said, yeah, let's do the biopsies and send it all away to the labs. So I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, so lab work for dogs have to be sent out. So anyway, the first one came back today, and it appears that well, it doesn't appear, she has lymphoma. Cancer. There's over 30 different kinds of lymphoma apparently in dogs, and she's got a very aggressive form. And obviously, while the symptoms just popped up over the weekend, I guess the tumor is affecting the way she feels in her throat, so she's got this gag reflex. Her airway's not obstructed or anything, so it's not too bad at the moment. It's bad. It's quite bad, but it's not like she's going to die any minute. But in reality, she has days, maybe weeks, maybe months. It's a great unknown. So the doctor finally got the results in today and called me personally, which I thank. They're very gracious. They didn't want to just have the front end girl just give you a call and go, hey, by the way, your dog's got cancer. Have a great day. So the doctor was very gracious, handled it well personally, and gave me all the options, of course, chemotherapy being one of them, and palliative care. So given her age, she will be 11 on July 19th. So she's 11 years old next month. Assuming my records are great. She's an American dog. I rescued her from the SPCA in Bellingham, Washington, and I've had her for over 7 years, where she's traveled up and down the west coast with me from Hyder, Alaska to the Mexican border on a few occasions. So she's been kind of an integral part of my travels and living in the RV. So obviously her journey will be coming to an end sooner than mine, as it appears. Which also brings me to the other discussion where people have been asking about my move to the Philippines. Because there was other issues with her health earlier in the year, out of pure caution, I decided to bump up the move with a wait and see attitude, because I didn't think she would be up for the first leg, which would be, she'd be crated for up to 24 hours for the first leg from Vancouver to Manila. And I really couldn't bring myself to do that. And under the circumstances, the decision I made was correct, because this is about the right time frame where, if the original plans would have been executed, And then she would have probably had to stay at a kennel somewhere in Greater Manila for about a month until I leased a house or an apartment somewhere on an outer island. So the stress and the hassle and the change in weather, and it probably would not have been good for a dog that was developing cancer. Obviously, these symptoms have just occurred recently, but obviously the cancer has been in her lymphatic system for a while. These things generally don't manifest quickly. Even though there's many reports, of course, I've been immersing myself in learning about this condition. Often the lumps that people will feel on the dog can enlarge quickly, sometimes in the matter of a day or two. But it's just usually a sign there's something else going on, like cancer. So rather than doing expensive chemotherapy, which would obviously rob her of her quality of life at her older age. She's not extremely old, but she is older. I don't think how the chemo would make her feel versus the results of perhaps extending her life several months at best, with no guarantee, of course. These things don't come with guarantees. So that being said, we will focus on a palliative care of comfort and medication that's required until the final goodbye has to be made. And of course, I'm not looking forward to that particular day where I have to make that decision. But of course, I'm emotionally prepared that it's coming. These things are coming for all of us, right? I'm philosophical about it, and as I age, more of my peers and people I know pass, and death is a part of life, and the debt you owe of having a kick at the can to live is that one day you have to pay the debt of you must die. I know other people have different ways of philosophically looking at these things, but that's essentially the essence of how I think of it. And my day's going to come too, and I'm not going to be one of these people that has to live in denial of it. And just embrace it, enjoy the time you do have, make the best of it, and live your life. So that's where we're at. And of course, am I going to get another dog? No. One and done. This is the only dog that was exclusively mine. I have shared animals, when I was a youngster, and of course, I've had previous relationships with other animals, but they weren't exclusively mine. This is my first dog that was mine, and yeah, she was she's not a was yet, but she was a good companion, and she was fun to be around. She had her feistiness and a very peculiar personality. Of course, if Sammie could speak English, she'd probably say I had a peculiar personality. But we got along, and we're still getting along, and we're doing the best we can under the circumstances. So, yeah, it's not fun, but we're gonna get through it and make the best of it. And at least this summer, she can enjoy herself without freezing her butt off in the cold rain or snow. So we'll see how long this journey takes before I have to make a final decision on her. I guess what many of us are always hoping to be blessed that one day they just die in their sleep painlessly. We can hope for that, but that's not always the case for the passing of all animals. But we will monitor things and see. She's still eating well, and you can tell she's a little more tired. A lot of that was the discomfort of anesthetic on Monday. That always makes her feel like crap, which it does for most people. So the move to the Philippines will progress, but obviously Sammie will not be coming, and we will ride this out, and I guess sometime next year will be the target pulling date. I'm anticipating, the way things are looking now, course, there's a lot of unknowns. I mean, I could have health issues, and in fact, I do actually have health issues, which I have to look in. But I'm focusing on the dog now, and we will go from there. And hopefully next year we can settle all our affairs with Sammie, and I can settle my affairs here and move on. So, yeah, not a great day, but making the best of it, and just taking it day by day. That's all we can do. So, I know we got a lot of animal lovers out there in the YouTube world, and I'm sure some of you understand. And I'll give you some updates as we go, but it's not a story I'm going to be milking. Every video that I crank out will not be about, oh, woe is me and woe is Sammie. Yeah, I'm just going to give you the information as adults, and you can do with it as you wish, and go from there. After all, my channel isn't a dog channel, but I do appreciate some of the people recently that have just out of the blue asked how Sammie was doing. That's the main impetus of why I've decided to do this video. So, she's kicking it at home. I am briefly on the road. Got to go get groceries because where I'm currently staying is in the middle of nowhere, and I have to travel to get food. So I didn't want to bring her along for the trip, but I shouldn't be too long in the interim. So, hope you guys are doing well. I will talk to you soon. Over and out.